one person to make a difference. Be that person. Can you think of one person who's made a difference in your life? You know, I know we can think of famous people like Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa. But have they made a difference in your life? I can't think of something that one of those three, other than devotion and compassion, have given me. There are lots of people in the news right here in St. Louis who are an army of one, it seems like. I know they have people who believe in them, but Reverend Larry Rice, Otis Woodard, who just died yesterday. I have only seen this man on the news, but I know what he has done here in St. Louis has made a difference for many, many people. Maybe it was a different pastor. Maybe it was an angel on earth that you can't name. Maybe it was this place. Maybe it was Memorial Boulevard Christian Church. Now, usually for my week of compassion talk, I stand up here and I give you all kinds of statistics. How many people die of starvation while I stand up here and talk? How many people live on $2 a week, as Janet told us? How many people live in poverty that even the poorest of us here don't understand? So I'm aware of desperation, although I've never experienced that. Right here in our congregation, there are people who have felt desperate. People who are not just, gee, I wish I could afford a good steak dinner hungry, but people who are hungry enough to go to fast food restaurant dumpsters and find food. There are some of us who are in constant pain, and we don't have a bottle of medication in our purses. They don't have insurance. They can't just go get that prescription to ease their pain. There are people who have daily ups and downs with depression. Not just, I don't feel so good today, but can't get out of bed, can't move, can't process depression. There are people who are struggling over housing and bills. There are people who struggle with addiction. And again, I have never done that, but I have lived with someone who has. And it's a road I don't want to have to walk. I have not had to walk these roads. I say it every year. I am not only blessed, but I want to tell you, I expect the sun to come up tomorrow. I expect my electricity to still be on tomorrow. I expect the snow that we're going to get, at least some, to be okay because I have a warm home to stay in. But there are those among us who don't. Yes, they may feel blessed, but I don't know, sometimes I'm greedy. You know, I'm just greedy. I want those things. I want the sun to come up tomorrow. I want to have a good lunch this afternoon and tomorrow and next week. And I want that paycheck to come in. And yet there are so many people who can't count on any of those things. A minute ago, I suggested that there were people in third world countries who are in desperate situations. We don't have to Google desperation to find it. It's here. It's among us. It's right here. And yet, we can be that person that makes the difference. Next week, Chuck is going to talk about our challenge and project for the Hike Against Hunger. And he's going to talk about one of those places. There's a third world country with desperation. I have been a member of this church now for 15 years. I came when I was 9 years old, when my parents sold their corner confectionery that had been opened on Sunday, and we could come to church. And I've been here that long. And let me tell you, if these balls could talk, they have seen change. But I don't think there has been any change in the last 5 years that has moved us forward. Let me put it this way. In the last 5 years, we have moved forward more than we did in the 45 years before that. This place, this church, can be the change in your life that can make a difference. It's why I'm still here. It's why many of us are still here. This place has made a difference in this city and in the world. Sure, we have taken orphans off the street in Brazil. We have fed orphanages in Romania. We have connected water pipes in Nicaragua. We have done all kinds of things through the Week of Compassion. But as much as we give to those projects, I want to tell you that where we are right now in this place, and that small portion of what we will collect through our hike that will help this place, to me is just as important, because I know we're making a difference. 2 weeks ago, last week I went to a Sega board meeting, and when I introduced myself and said, member of Memorial of our Christian Church, they know us. They know us because of what a difference we make. Someone came up to me and said, you all are doing a wonderful feeding program there. I had to agree. Of course, yes we are. Now, I write some of the thank yous for the money that we receive that goes into the food pantry so that we can buy food. I don't ever remember writing as many thank yous as we have this year, Marty, and for as much money. There are times when we have struggled to keep the basics on the shelves in the food. Because of generous people who believe in what we're doing, we're not struggling right now. We can buy what we need. Will it feed everyone? No, but it makes a difference. It makes a difference. People say, oh, we've participated in the hike several times. Great, come again this year. I put it in the newsletter. I said what day we were meeting. Marty, I couldn't remember 59, the rest of your address, but they'll know. Those that want to come will know. We can make a difference right here. And you can be that person that makes that difference. And I'm challenging you to do something. Remember that phrase, do something. Last week, as I was getting ready to come up to the communion table and say a prayer, the person next to me said, you know, when I'm in this place, I am so blessed. I am not even bothered by my pain. Wow. God is good.